If you're a man over 30, perhaps finding that your days of tearing up the football pitch are behind you, whether it's a nagging back, knees like dry spaghetti, or just the lack of any suitable sport that suits your lifestyle now, then I've got a sport that might just reignite your competitive spark. Pigeon racing.
Right on.
Now, I know it's often thought of as a pastime for older gents, but that's a misconception. If you thrive on competition, enjoy the strategy of sports, and have an affinity with country pursuits like fishing, or even just like racing, no matter what it is, then running your own pigeon racing loft is like owning and managing a proper sports team. It's got all the elements of building something great: strategy, responsibility, triumphs, setbacks, and the pride of being the one in charge. Picture yourself as the owner of a rugby club or a cricket side out in the countryside. In pigeon racing, you're not just cheering from the sidelines, you're the owner, the manager, the coach, the trainer, the nutritionist, the tactician, and even the team medic. You're calling the shots, building a squad from the ground up and turning raw potential into a winning outfit. There's no boardroom breathing down your neck, it's all on you to make it happen, all from your own back garden, and that's what makes it so rewarding for men who enjoy getting stuck into something hands-on without needing the physicality of their younger years. Although that helps when it comes to lugging crates around on training and race days. So if you've made it this far, then perhaps you're a little curious. So it's time to assemble your team. Much like a football manager scouting for talent during the transfer window, you're on a mission to build your loft. Come winter, you might hit the road to attend one of the many pigeon shows or auctions held across the country, searching for a promising kit of 6 young birds bred for long-distance races, or a breeding pair suited for sprint events. It's about sizing up bloodlines, discussing options with other loft managers, and trusting your instincts, much like signing a star player for your side. Or if you're up for a bit of adventure, you could visit a local loft to learn from seasoned fanciers, who are often more than happy to guide newcomers. Better yet, take a trip to Europe, as I did, to source some birds from experienced breeders with decades of knowledge. The process is part research, part gamble, and all part of the thrill. Akin to drafting players for a championship-winning team. Get it right and your loft could be brimming with potential, ready to take on the best lofts in the country.
And then these are his siblings. Yeah, it's not on there, but what I'll do is I'll send you a list of the lists of these races for me.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Once you have your birds, either brought in as young birds or bred yourself, you shift from manager to coach. Pigeons have a remarkable natural homing instinct, a built-in compass that always guides them home, but they need to hone it, just as they would in the wild by gradually exploring further afield. Your job is to replicate that progression, building their skills methodically. You can't throw them into a 400-mile race without preparation. You focus on trap training to make sure they don't sit around meters from the finish line on race day. You start loft flying to build up endurance and regular training tosses, driving out to rural spots along the route they'll likely take when racing home, releasing them from increasing distances and watching them navigate back to the loft, hopefully improving their flight lines with each training chuck. It's disciplined work, not unlike coaching a driver through the fastest corners of a circuit or fine-tuning your crew's handling of a racing sailing boat. It's all about ensuring your squad is ready and raring to go. When the racing season begins, you're selecting the events, planning and training and stepping into the role of nutritionist. This part can be tricky, and I'll admit it's a challenge for me, but it's critical. Feeding your pigeons is like managing the diet of a racehorse or an elite athlete. Get it wrong and even the birds that you bred from your carefully sourced and possibly super expensive star pairing won't stand a chance. The right balance of grains, seeds and supplements can make all the difference, turning your loft into a real powerhouse in the pigeon racing world. It's a learning curve for sure, but one that keeps you engaged. Now, of course, injuries happen, and that's when you take on the role of the team medic.
There in its chest. We should saline this skin, and then do we want to glue? We've just done the emergency repair to the pigeon.
With a loft of 40 young birds flying at full tilt, a few might come back with the odd scrape, perhaps from clipping a wire or dodging a hawk or peregrine falcon. Believe me, you'll have this issue to deal with sooner than you know. You'll be cleaning wounds, administering vaccinations and keeping detailed records of treatments. It's hands-on, much like caring for your gun dogs after a long day on the moors.
I'm going to wash my
For men
hands
over
after.
30, especially those looking for something meaningful to pour their energy into, this responsibility can be incredibly rewarding and addictive. You're the one keeping the team fit and in fighting shape, and it's a role that demands focus and care.
Good hard scrub.
Then there's the tactician's hat, the bit that makes pigeon racing perfect for those with bodies that can't quite keep up with their competitive spirit. This sport is as much about your brains as it is about the bird's fitness. It's like chess crossed with a Formula 1 racing team. You're analysing weather patterns, looking at wind directions, studying race routes and drag, and choosing which birds to enter based on their form, race distance and the conditions. Experience is your edge here, built over decades of learning what works and what doesn't. That's why veteran fanciers in their 70s and 80s can still dominate. They've got the know-how, not the fastest legs. How many sports let you stay at the top of your game for 60 years or more, relying on the cunning and strategy rather than physical prowess? That's not to say it isn't a physical sport. The work that you put into training the birds really means your hard work, loading and unloading birds, basketing, cleaning the loft, carrying 25-kilogram feed bags around the grounds, and many other jobs that keep your team running smoothly. At the heart of it, you're the one in control, running your own show. Your loft is your team, and every win or loss is yours to own. The highs of a race victory and the lows of a bird not making it home. It's all part of the journey. The birds you breed will take on your name, and that name could become synonymous with winning. Not just positions, but also prize money. Some young bird racers now have prize pots of over 40 grand. But more importantly, what you're building is something that depends on you. Left alone, the birds will get lazy and just multiply endlessly. But with your effort, your training, your planning, your care, your team becomes the team to beat in the future. The pride comes from knowing you built it and you made it happen. And it gets you outside, away from the screens, breathing fresh air. For me, it's been a way to spend time in the garden after work without pruning hedges. Time to spend with the family and to meet like-minded folk at races or their own lofts. It's a sport that pulls you in. Fanciers rarely walk away. 4 years in, I'm still learning, still making mistakes, still discovering new tricks every week. That's the beauty of it. There's always more to master, more to achieve. So if you're a man that loves the thrill of competition and the satisfaction of building something from scratch, pigeon racing is calling. It's your chance to run a team, outsmart the opposition, and create a legacy that makes every fancier in the country take notice.